Welcome to APUSH. My name is Jack Landis.
I'm David Morales.
I'm Patrick Hawkins.
I'm Connor Mahoney.
And I'm Zach Young.
And today we're going to be talking about APUSH.
And why you should not take it.
Or should.
Or should take it, maybe.
Should.
Should take it, depending.
Probably not.
Yes.
Don't take it.
APUSH stands for United States History.
No, it stands for AP US History.
Advanced Placement.
Advanced placement.
Okay.
Then, what are your thoughts on outside activities and the work you have to put in?
Well, APUSH, it's a very challenging class, but it's manageable as long as you're able to put the work in and watch the podcasts and make sure to fill your notes out, ask questions in class, and they'll guide you to the right place. But if you don't have time outside of school to watch it, because sometimes they're a little bit lengthy, but there's good information in them.
It's good information.
Then you can handle the class for sure.
It's a lot of work.
Those are some good
You have to, it's a lot more work outside of school than even AP World. AP World, there was like a couple that you had to like watch outside of class, or listen or read outside of class, but like it's like every day.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's not like there's not a lot of strict homework, like worksheets and stuff that you have to do. It's mainly like you gotta stay on top of your studying, the notes and everything. You gotta do, and like the test when you study for tests and stuff. You gotta make sure you know the information. Right? It's not vocabulary. You gotta know the events, the context, the concepts.
Who's writing the documents?
Exactly.
Because the tests aren't like the little like fill in the blanks.
Yeah,
and all
none of that.
Yeah.
None of that kiddie stuff.
And the information for the questions on the test are not going to be inside the documents. You have to know outside knowledge to be able to answer the questions.
Sure,
You can't just go in not knowing anything to test it.
World. And if you're coming from AP World,
Hey guys!
Hey.
What you guys talking about here?
Talk about US History.
Mind if we take it from here?
Of course.
Why not?
All right, thanks. All right. That's great. Thank you. Thanks. All right. That's great.
Hi.
Oh, wow. I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, sophomores. Hey, guys. I'm Mrs. Healy. This is Collazo. And we're your APUSH teachers.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll never know. We're so excited to meet you guys.
We're going to talk to you a little bit about what you can expect from the class. Hopefully those gentlemen gave you some good information.
Those are some good eggs.
Those are good eggs.
kids.
Trust them.
Yeah.
We're going to get right into it.
Yeah.
So some hard facts about AP United States history. Should we talk about what our class looks like from day to day first?
Like what my classroom looks like.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Oh, her classroom is
Warm.
gorgeous.
So yeah, let's talk about what our expectations are, maybe,
Okay.
or what you should expect.
What you should expect in AP US history. So what we do, as you might have heard, is we give you a lot of information outside the classroom. We lecture you, we record it, and you take it home with you and listen to it there. Maybe sometimes in the computer lab if you're lucky, but most of the time you're going to need to expect to be doing that work at home.
And we do that so that we can have a lot of in-class time to work on document analysis, how to do proper sourcing to get you those points on the AP test, as well as to develop just basic writing techniques that we kind of tweak here and there. Ms. Knowles and I have both done the reading for College Board, so we sort of have an inside view on exactly what they want and how to get those points for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And the class it's a lot of content, of course, but it's also a lot of skills that you need to know, and we need to build those in class, and it's better to have us helping you build the skills and you do the easy part, which is get the content down at home. So outside of that, what you can also expect are stimulus-based multiple choice questions, and lots of writing.
Lots of writing.
Lots of writing. We love writing.
We do, what about, in total, about 10 lengthy essays. That's about one a month, which doesn't sound too horrible, but we practice a lot, so there's a lot of extra practice. We also do short answer questions for basic content checks, which are basically some paragraphs, no big deal.
Yeah, just a couple paragraphs.
Yeah.
Max.
Right.
If you were in AP World, it's very similar in structure to AP World. We have DBQs, document-based essay questions, and long essay questions, LEQs, in addition to the SAQs that we just mentioned. And those carry a big weight when we go into the AP test, so we want to make sure that we are able to practice those and get those down, so we practice them a lot in class.
Absolutely. Now, from the very first test that we do in U.S. history, we will be exclusively stimulus-based, which means that you'll have a primary source document, sometimes a cartoon, sometimes a speech,
A chart,
could be a
graph.
lot of different things. And those primary and secondary sources are used to kind of pull information that you might have from the course material. So there's no just like direct recall. It's very, very rare in our
No
class.
vocab,
So-
no fill in the blanks.
So we have to hit the ground running, really knowing how to pull apart these documents, and we work a lot with them.
We work a lot with documents. That's the draw to having the podcast at home for you.
Absolutely.
Speaking of hitting the ground running, if you are someone who is taking AP World right now, you're going to come in with a lot of the strengths and the skills that you need because you practice the same things. So hitting the ground running is important, but that doesn't mean that you can't take APUSH if you were successful in honors world history as well.
Absolutely. So students who are coming to us, and this is maybe their first AP or the first AP for a while, don't worry, we're there to help you get through it, and it's going to be a little bit tougher. We have to be honest with that because you have a little bit to gain on like from not taking the AP course the previous year, but we are there for you and we're there to get you to the right spot. It's just going to be a little bit of extra work.
It's going to be a little bit extra, but we can do it.
We got
Together we can do it.
Trained professionals, guys.
One big thing that we do want to acknowledge is that you need writing skills probably coming in. If you've never written an essay, which I don't know how you've gotten to 11th grade in high school without writing an essay.
Never know.
But, right, you never know. You're going to struggle initially, but like we said, we can get you back up to that spot.
And one thing I want to say is that AP US history is very much like you may be the most wonderful, beautiful, literary kind of mind in the world, but we're very formulaic, and that's because that's what they expect upon the AP exam. So if
Right.
you are somebody who's like, I know how to write and I'm going to write the way I want to, this may not work for you in terms of the structure.
You have to fit a mold, kind
You
of.
really do, and that's what we're trying to make sure. You sign up for the class, you can pass that exam, and that's what we're trying to get you to do.
We want you to enjoy the class, we want you to work hard, and we want you to like history in the end, especially if you came in liking history. We don't want to scare you away from it.
No. But if you're not a history fan, if it's just sort of you're taking it because you feel like you have to, this may not be
May
a
not
right
be
class
for you.
And that's okay too. Hello, sir. Wave to the people. There he is. Oh, there he is. Hello. Yeah, so, and that, you know what? Some people are more math and science minded. I am more history minded in the arts. But we all make the world go
But I
round.
think that's why we're doing what we're doing.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly correct. So, yes, there is a lot of work. If you are someone who has a lot of extra time commitments, we would just caution you to be very selective in what you choose to take at a higher level because AP US history is not typically a course we would encourage you to like jump in feet first if you've never taken an AP before.
Right.
Certainly kind of peruse. We have really great options for electives in the social studies department. You can talk to your teacher about that. But be very realistic when you come into, when you sign up for the class, if you
Right.
have work.
If you have work, sports, if you're going to be someone who has tournaments or is leaving early a lot, you're going to you may struggle.
You may.
It's not guaranteed,
Yeah.
but you may.
It can be a little bit tough. So we really our ideal student is someone who understands the balance that they need in their schedule as well as between social and school life. We just want everybody to have a good time and be super successful, which is our goal at the end.
And not
of
be
all of
stressed
this.
out.
Oh, the stress.
It's too soon to be stressed
Too
in your
soon.
life.
Too
So-
soon. So we're gonna make super great choices, and we are always here to give advice, and we try to have a lot of fun. We have a ball.
We're a hoot.
We have the best time.
We're so fun.
Yeah. So keep in mind, you've got to be able to commit to the time that this class is going to take. You're going to have a really strong work ethic. Just because you're in the class and you sit and listen to us all day long doesn't mean you're going to perform well. You really are going to have to do a lot of independent thinking, which is sort of the best part of the class, I think.
Right. Build your
All
own
right.
thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. If you have questions, please contact
see
either
us.
of us because it doesn't matter who you have. You really have us both.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Lucky you.
Lucky you. So just reach on out. All right,
Yes.
guys?
Come see us in our classrooms. Send us an email. Healy, Collazo, We're here for you.
Rewatch this video.
Keep watching it. Show it to your friends. Show it to your parents.
There we go. All
right.
This is good. All right, guys. Bye.